evening, friends, and a warm welcome to Memory Lane Live, where your stories meet the world's favourite questions. I'm your host, glad you're here. Keep your shoulders relaxed, maybe sip some tea, and let's enjoy a gentle challenge together. When a question arrives, think out loud if you like. I'll keep you company until the answer steps forward. Ready? Let's play. Question 1. Let's begin with a night that glued the world to the television. Picture a small screen in the living room, the volume turned up just enough, and the hush that falls when history knocks. Which year did humanity first leave footprints on the moon? Take your time. Was it toward the end of a hopeful decade? The kind of year you can still point to in your memory? Maybe you remember neighbours chatting in stairwells or a child asking if we could wave to the astronauts. Hold that picture, and here it comes. The answer is 1969. That summer, Armstrong said the words and everyone listened. Beautiful start. Now, question 2. Off to Australia. It's a country of sweeping coasts and bright horizons, but the capital isn't the one tourists always shout first. Which city wears the crown? Think of a fair choice between the famous harbour and its stylish rival. A planned city, calm, thoughtful, and right down the middle. Streets set with intention, offices that hum more than shout. If you're leaning inland, you're feeling what I'm feeling. The answer is Canberra. Question 3. Let's open a glove compartment of memories. Hear the click of plastic, see the ribbon winding, and yes, reach for the pencil to rewind like a pro. Before shiny discs filled our shelves, which format carried our road trips and mixtapes? Imagine side A made for sunshine, side B for late drives. Labels a little smudged, but hearts completely full. You can almost hear the soft hiss between songs. The answer is audio cassettes. Question 4. Before living rooms glowed blue, families gathered around the theatre of sound. Which arrived first to most homes, radio or television? Picture the news you saw with your mind, comedies that painted pictures without a single frame, and nights when the family leaned in just to listen. If you can hear that warm hum right now, you already know the order of things. The answer is radio. Question 5. Time to name a legend. Who was known as the king of rock and roll? Imagine a grin that could light up a stage, a voice that owned silence before the first note, and a comeback broadcast that made living rooms feel like front row seat. The answer is Elvis Presley. Question 6. Toward the sunrise, which country is lovingly called the land of the rising sun? Think of mornings written into a flag, gardens so still you can hear your heartbeat, and trains that seem to run on poetry as much as time. Tradition walking hand in hand with tomorrow down a quiet street. The answer is Japan. Question 7. Snow that keeps its own calendar, wind that sings in a language of its own. Which continent has the fewest people? Picture research huts glowing like lanterns at night and scientists swapping stories over hot tea while the weather writes its rules. No bustling capitals, just the poetry of ice and sky. The answer is Antarctica. Question 8. Guidebooks sometimes whisper about the old continent. What do they usually mean? Close your eyes and stroll down cobblestones. Hear church bells and the soft echo of history layered like brick upon brick. Old here isn't tired. Old is richly told. The answer is Europe. Question 9. Now to the comfort of a first home computer. Beige keys, a blinking cursor like a tiny heartbeat, and curiosity at your fingertips. In which decade did personal computers truly spread into homes? The 1970s or the 1980s? Think of school demonstrations becoming kitchen table helpers, kids teaching parents with patient pride. One decade felt like a tide turning. The answer is the 1980s. Question 10. A quick stop in Spain before wallets changed hands. Which currency came before the euro? Imagine coins with stories stamped in them. Then the careful handover to something shared across borders. Markets adjusted. Memories stayed. The answer is the peseta. Questions 11. Formats march on like seasons. Which came first? Cassette tapes or compact discs? Think of the gentle hiss, the thumb on the pause button. And then, later, the shine that asked you not to scratch it. Technology moves, the songs stay. The answer is cassette tapes. Question 12. Float like a leaf and let the water hold the day's worries for you. Which famous salt lake makes this simple joy effortless? Many of us saw those photos, smiles wide, newspapers lifted above calm water, the world's most relaxing science lesson. The answer is the Dead Sea.